The Bhehmaidian emperor loomed over the table, dwarfing the seated Terran delegation. The rest of the Bhehmaidian delegation stood to one side, with the one known as the Mouth standing slightly ahead of the others. Against the far wall, an honor guard of the Terran Space Navy was watching. The negotiations had been going on for days, with no end in sight. Tradition, the Emperor's Mouth said for the nth time, must be upheld. Only the Emperor can command the respect and obedience of the Bhehmaidans. Only the Emperor can lead the Bhehmaidans. And there is no tradition, no mention in the law for the Emperor to surrender. Your navy is history, one of the human delegation pointed out patiently. Your army is but dust, your cities are rubble. Surrender is the only sensible option available to you at this point. We acknowledge that, the Emperor's Mouth replied, but there is no tradition for it. We must follow tradition. Without tradition, what are we? We recognize the need to lay down our arms, but we have no tradition for it. The Terran delegation whispered among themselves. Just as one of them got ready to speak up, there was a commotion from the entranceway. "Admiral on deck!" one of the Terran Marines shouted, resulting in a din of human soldiers straightening up. The Bhehmaidans straightened too, trying to perceive what the commotion was about. While nothing could be seen, two of the human soldiers flinched while trying to stand to attention. "What is going on?" the Mouth demanded. "I think. Yes," one of the Terran delegation said as he lifted his legs off the floor. "It seems like Grand Admiral of the Fleet Stabby has decided to grace us with a visit. He is a tradition in the Terran Space Navy." A soft whine was heard as a highly modified autonomous cleaning bot whizzed past. Two of the Bhehmaidans suddenly bent over, grabbing their suddenly bleeding lower limbs. "Origin is lost in the depths of time," the Terran delegate continued, "or rather, in the depths of Navy law. But tradition is that if Grand Admiral of the Fleet Stabby, stabs someone, he gains the rank of the person stabbed." The Bhehmaidans looked at one another. "This is traditional?" the Mouth asked as the Bhehmaidan Emperor flinched and looked down. "Oh yes, the Navy is quite insistent upon it. Like splicing the main brace and crossing the line. I believe," the Mouth said slowly as the Emperor brought his hand up after touching his lower limb, bright green with blood, "that we might have a solution by the grace of Emperor Stabby.